Mr. Edison? Mr. Edison! Mr. Edison!
That's it. You're wearing a bell. And who the hell's this?
Tesla, sir. Nikola Tesla.
No. Your name. What's your name?
Nikola Tesla.
He's sent to replace Hobson.
I thought Hobson left.
He did.
Then who's that?
Nikola Tesla!
Mr. Edison! Mr. Edison, the junction box on Nassau Street has come loose. It is shooting sparks and scaring all the horses.
Not again. Have Mason shut down the entire block and find me someone who can patch that line.
You need a new engineer?
Of course I need a new ear. This thing doesn't work worth a damn.
No way, you don't understand.
Rutledge!
He's the engineer sent to replace Mr. Hobson. His name is Nikola Tesla.
Tesla? What the hell kind of name is that?
Perhaps you'd like a demonstration.
What, now?
Are you sure it's safe?
Absolutely. Mr. Sheriff, charge the coils. The Earth, by its very nature, possesses an enormous electrical potential, far greater than most people are even aware. Through this principle, I have finally broken the limitations of copper wire and developed a means of providing wide-scale electrical power to any point on the globe. You'll note the receiver positioned on the far hill. The lamp mounted on top is a common electric light, yet the unit is free from any conventional source of power. Only with the energy transmitted through the tower will a sufficient charge be received to close the circuit and activate the lamp.
Coil's locked at 85.
Divert all condensers to the central array.
Relays are holding, but I don't know how long.
Long enough. Prepare to transmit on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark! Smoking a cigar? But the transmitter works! You saw that yourself.
I saw that you couldn't control it.
These things take time.
What? Another 10 years?
If that's what it takes. How do we stand on repairs? No.
Nikola, be reasonable.
I have reason in abundance.
And a smaller group of investors each month. Are there any more of New York's finest you could damn near electrocute?
No one was in danger of electrocution. The explosion would have killed us all long before that.
With such a selling point, it's no wonder you have to start financing these little ventures on your own.
By selling you the patents to my more practical endeavors.
Just one.
Which one?
The teleautomaton.
What do you call it again? An automaton?
A teleautomaton.
I thought he said it was a robot.
He did.
In a sense,
Looks more like a boat to me.
it is a boat!
Named automaton?
No, it doesn't have a name.
A boat with no name?
Let's call her Doris.
It's called a teleautomaton.
But you said it's a robot.
Doris is a robot?
That's what I heard.
A toast to Doris, the robot boat.
To Doris, the robot boat.
Nikola, that was years ago. With a boat named Doris, controlled from shore by a wireless receiver. Who would have dreamt such things were possible?
The demonstration wasn't clear.
It was too much at once. They didn't understand.
I gave them pamphlets.
Times have changed. This is the 20th century. People are beginning to accept such things.
This discussion is pointless. All the constructs were dismantled long ago, and the only prototype lost in a warehouse fire.
But you still have the schematics. With those and the patents, my staff could easily take this project to completion.
And let someone else, even you, take credit for my work.
Nikola,
It's happened before. I won't allow it again.
you're making too much of this.
Am I? How many years did Edison try to discredit my work with alternating current? New York wouldn't carry a fraction of the power it does today if it weren't for my designs. Do people credit me with bringing electricity into their homes? Or do they think of George Westinghouse, the man who owns my patent? There's that Italian fellow. Marconi. You've probably heard of his recent advancements with his so-called radio. A simple device, really. It uses 17 of my patents. And let's not forget Wilhelm Röntgen, whose work with X-ray photography will no doubt earn a Nobel Prize. And to think he said my photos were a result of harsh light. Which is why, though I appreciate your offer, I regret to inform you that the teleautomaton is not now, nor will it ever be up for sale. So, could I interest you in something else?
Can I assume it's some type of weapon?
If you must. Stand by. Fire! Disengage. A very palpable hit. You've been practicing.
This is incredible.
Yes, I know. Miss Garrett, your plant seems to have wilted. Would you mind fetching another?
This is a death ray.
Disintegrator ray. That sounds so final.
Either way. What man wouldn't sell his soul to control such a device?
Is that an offer?
Sadly, I'm running a bit short.
Put that away. You'll shoot a hole in the wall.
Don't try me, Nikola. There's too much at stake.
It's only a plant.
You don't mind.
It's only a plant.
I know.
Enough! For 20 years, I've watched you make countless innovations only to see them pushed aside in your pursuit of some ludicrous dream. What more have you kept locked away while your talents are wasted on this monstrous creation?
Quite a bit.
Then why should I struggle with mediocre success, achievements anyone could accomplish, when all I needed to make a name for myself has been waiting, lying abandoned on your shelf for years?
Because not everything is kept in storage.
You knew.
That the automaton had been stolen? The warehouse deliberately burned? I had my suspicions. But only when you became interested in acquiring the original designs did I begin to understand. Without this decoder, the automaton could never work again. And you needed more than the patents to rebuild this one vital circuit. Call it a force field. Quite resilient.
You'll never get away with this. It's your word against mine. Then why should I struggle with mediocre success, with mediocre success, with mediocre success?
Your words speak for themselves. Mr. Sheriff, call the police.
Mr. Tesla!
Oh, look. Company. This is your last chance, Nikola.
Beg pardon?
The schematics and the circuit.
50,000, no disintegrator, final offer.
I'm not buying them, I'm extorting them. I'm not buying them, I'm extorting them.
You're really digging a hole here.
Is she that bad a secretary?
How's your dictation?
This is just business. You understand?
Just when you need it the most. Dance, little man. You're not smoldering. Why aren't you smoldering? I like it when they smolder. Miss Garrett, sorry about that disintegrator thing. Take a half day next Thursday.
Doesn't everyone?
Go away, I'm tired.
Not without the schematics.
Then without this,
Wouldn't dare.
I can build another. Could you?
I won't have to.
And that is...
A telegram for you. I met the courier on my way in. He said it was most urgent. Must have slipped my mind.
You're bluffing.
It's from a town called Smiljan in a country I couldn't pretend to pronounce. Your family, I presume.
Give it to me.
I pray nothing tragic has happened. You must worry, being so far from home.
Very well.
It's a trick! The cables from your family are marked from Volkslov.
Dear Lord! Oh no!
Step away from there, Nikola.
I'm afraid I don't have time. It started.
What was that?
The first in a series of sonic vibrations generated by an oscillator deep beneath the lab.
To what end?
The very end. The generator waves travel out through the ground, carried by their strength down to the core of the earth. With each pulse comes an increase in the strength of those waves, building resonant vibrations on a scale which will ultimately shatter the whole of creation.
Then turn it off.
I can't! Your shot managed to cripple the only controls.
How long do we have?
It's difficult to say, never having done this before. But I wouldn't think we have more than, say, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
For complete annihilation. But with the earthquakes and volcanoes, the tidal waves and flooding, the hurricanes and tornadoes, life as we know it shouldn't last. 9 days.
9 days?
Have I mentioned the excruciating high-pitched whine?
Enough!
Oh!
Since none of you want to accept the situation, I seem to be left with only one choice. As soon as I get all the schematics and circuits I need, you and this laboratory with you are going to meet with an unfortunate accident. One involving a great deal of kerosene and a well-placed torch. I wouldn't expect any of you to survive, but just to be sure.
Let's not have any of that. I'd like to get some sleep.
You see, it might take 3 weeks to destroy the world. And 9 days to exterminate all life. But it only takes 30 seconds to break the windows at Chief McCarthy's house halfway down the road. Mr. Sheriff, charge the coils.
The relays are holding, but I don't know how long.
It was only a plant.
Mr. Sheriff, call the police.
Mr. Sure, you didn't take your medicine.
I'll get to it.
It's been a busy day. You need your rest.
I've had worse.
In other news, funeral services for inventor Nikola Tesla drew a crowd of over 2,000 earlier today in New York City.
You thought a lot of him, didn't you?
He was an exceptional man. I wish things had been different.
Though considered a pioneer in electrical engineering, Tesla was often criticized for his claims of developing wireless energy transmitters, force field generators, and even a death ray.
Disintegrator ray.
Lawyers for his estate have found no records to support such claims, leaving the world to wonder if Tesla had more up his sleeve than met the eye.
Let them wonder for a few more years at least.
Beg pardon?
It was too much at once. All the things I've seen. Some legacies must wait, for others more deserving.
On the European front, Allied forces continue the effort to liberate France from Axis control.
In time, the name Tesla will finally earn its due.
And that will be...
When it's blue.
The largest electrical blackout in 30 years continues to affect much of New York City tonight, and there's no word yet on when services are expected to be restored. However, attention has shifted to an equally alarming phenomenon which gripped the city shortly after dark, when 7 square miles of the greater metropolitan area became bathed in a mysterious blue glow. A connection with the current power crisis has yet to be determined, but sources have reported that the phenomenon does possess certain electromagnetic qualities. This has led many to believe that the source is of man-made origin, though who or what could accomplish such a feat is at this time unknown.